A long time ago, the people of Uli only worshipped idols. They did not welcome Christianity. Twice, preachers came to Uli to tell them about Jesus, but both times, they were rejected. The people feared that this new god would replace Amedioho, the god of their ancestors. The first preacher, Peter, was attacked but managed to escape. His small church was burned down. The second preacher who came a year later was not so lucky, he was killed. This was a sad time for Ifeoma, an 18-year-old orphan. Her parents had died from a strange illness that Amedioho could not cure. When her father died and her mother became sick, Ifeoma had started to question Amedioho's power. Her mother had no answer and could only cry. When her mother died, Ifeoma lost all hope in Amedioho. When preacher Peter first came to Uli, he spoke of a loving God who gave his only son for people's sins. Ifeoma was curious to know more. But after the church was destroyed and preacher Peter escaped, her chance to learn disappeared. However, before he left, Peter gave Ifeoma a Bible. She tried to read it but did not understand much. She prayed and asked God to help her. A year later, preacher Peter returned. Ifeoma asked him, "Can I just pray to this God without going to a shrine or offering sacrifices?" "Yes," Peter said. "You don't need a shrine. God is in your heart." Ifeoma felt a kind of peace she had never known before. That day, she gave her life to Jesus and was baptized. Peter taught her more about the Bible, and 5 other villagers joined their small fellowship. But this did not last long. The church was burned down again, and this time, preacher Peter was killed. Ifeoma was angry. She could not understand why God allowed this to happen. Afraid for her life, she ran to Nzam, her mother's village. There, both Christianity and idol worship existed side by side, and people were free to choose. She stayed with her Aunt Charity and joined her church. One Sunday, during service, she remembered a strange dream she had. In the dream, she was being stoned, and a man stood watching but did not save her. She told Preacher Jimmy's wife, Rose, about the dream. Rose took her to Preacher Jimmy, who told her about Stephen, a man in the Bible who was stoned for his faith. "God is calling you back to Uli," Preacher Jimmy said. "He wants to use you to save the people." Ifeoma was afraid. If God could not protect Preacher Peter, how can he protect me, she wondered. She decided she would not go. One night, while sleeping, she felt a soft tap on her shoulder. Thinking it was her aunt, she sat up, but her aunt was fast asleep. Then, she heard a clear voice say, "Go to Uli. I will be with you. No harm will come to you." The next day, she told Preacher Jimmy and Rose. They told her it was not a dream but an encounter with Jesus. After much prayer, she finally agreed to return to Uli. She arrived the night before the Nuku festival, a time when everyone in Uli had to worship Amedioho. She knew it was dangerous not to attend, so she decided to stay inside her house. But soon, she heard drums and singing. A strange fear came over her, but she remembered God's promise, "No harm will come to you." She picked up her Bible and started praying. Lost in prayer, she did not hear the villagers banging on her door. When the door burst open, angry youths dragged her to the village square. The villagers were shocked to see her. The chief priest of Amedioho stepped forward. He made a circle around Ifeoma and chanted incantations, but nothing happened. Ifeoma prayed even louder. The priest became restless. The villagers whispered among themselves. "Take her to the shrine," the chief priest ordered. Amedioho will decide what to do with her. At the shrine, they tied her to a tree. 3 of the boys left, and 2 stayed behind to guard her. Later, they took her to the elders. "You have disrespected Amedioho," the chief priest said. "Amedioho is a dead god," Ifeoma answered. "My God is the only true God." "Throw her into the pit," someone shouted. 3 boys grabbed her and threw her into a deep pit. She screamed, "Jesus," and fell, hitting her shoulder. but she was not hurt. She sat in the pit for days without food or water. At night, she battled mosquitoes. "Lord, where is the protection you promised?" she cried. One early morning, she woke up to a little girl handing her a bowl of water. Ifeoma drank eagerly. "Who are you?" she asked, but the girl just smiled and said, "Sleep now, you need your strength." The next morning, a voice called to her. "Climb the ladder." She saw two boys helping her out of the pit. They were the same ones who had taken her to the village square, but now they seemed kind. "The king wants to see you," they said. At the palace, the king and elders were shocked to see Ifeoma alive. "You have been in the pit for 12 days. How are you not injured?" "The God I serve protected me," Ifeoma said. The king sighed. "If your God is truly powerful, can he heal my son?" "My God can do all things," she replied. The king took her to his sick son, Ikena, who was lying weak, covered in sores. Ifeoma prayed over him and gave him water. "He will be fine," she assured them. 3 days later, Ikena was well again. The king and the whole village saw the miracle. "Your God is truly the only true God," the king declared. "From today, we will worship him." Ifeoma asked the king to send for preachers from Zam. Many people gave their lives to Christ and were baptized. A new church was started in Uli. A week later, the chief priest was found dead in the shrine. The villagers burned the shrine along with his body. From that day on, Uli was free from idol worship. They no longer served Amedioha. Instead, they followed the one true God.